Good morning, everybody, and welcome back for another War Thunder High Tier German Tank gameplay video. This was from the 21st of March, as I was grinding towards the Leopard 2K, of course. We've got European Province here. I'm driving my beloved Bagel Panzer, which has been very entertaining for me here. So I'm trying to decide, do I want to head for A, do I want to head for B? Based on the teams, I elected to go for B, where I can use the city to turn my Bagel Panzer's ability to rapid fire the 57mm to good use, and possibly use, well, not use my great driving skills to good use. That's what happens when you're looking at the teams real quick, just to make sure as you head for the B point. Sometimes you clip a tree that's larger than your tank is capable of knocking over, and that's what happened there. Anyway, hoping to also use the improved tow missile here to possibly deal with any Abrams that I might have run into. So rolling my way down towards B here, just sweeping the horizon, looking for anybody coming from their northwest spawn back towards C. You can't really see them, mostly, because they're back behind that hill. There's a little bit of elevation, a little tiny bit up there, like a little baby ridgeline. That kind of hides them pretty well from being able to be spotted from this side until they come out of those trees. The enemy team made it to A first. I almost certainly would not have gotten there fast enough. I possibly could have dealt with some Abrams. Was able to scout a tank just coming off that ridgeline there right as I got below his field of view from the houses here at B, so that was good timing for me. Now, possibly I could deal with an Abrams from the side or the back with the 57mm autocannon on here, but I don't know, and I'd rather not find out if I could help it. So in the meantime, I rolled on into B and figured I'll just cap B while we're taking C. I'll line up for anybody who might be trying to make a quick run down into the city or sneak up on the low side of our teammates capping C there. And didn't see anyone. So once I started capping, I figure let's get across the river and head on up towards C and help our guys defend C up there.
Attention to the designated grid zone.
So that's where I'm heading. So you can see some MBT-70s getting taken out. There are Abrams taking our guys out all the way down in the south. And it's turning into a we better hold B and C and just let A go kind of a battle here. So rolling up to help these guys, these two teammates I've got here next to me, help them defend against the counterattack coming from the C point. As an enemy gets marked down south of the river, heading towards B. And I turned around to kind of head back that way. You can see the guy taking the hits over there way out past the south, so I'm going to go and see if I can take a peek at him real quick, maybe hit him with the tow missile from this side. Line up on him, and by the time I can get my gun lined up on him, he's already gone behind the building. I chanced the shot with the tow missile, but he was behind the building I fired at, so oh well. I did try to scout him, he'd already been scouted. And then lined up on the other enemy target who had been scouted across the river here, up at the back of the ridge there by that little side of the village. And I was able to line up on him, but with the house, the tow missile took a weird little turn off, and then when it compensated to swing back towards the MBT-70, it swung way too wide and flew off into the ground, and unfortunately, totally missed. He did get taken out by my teammate in the Bagel Panzer here, and that will come into play in just a moment. So there's a Bagel Panzer right here next to me who just took out an MBT-70. Now I stop and help him repair. The enemy team starts capturing B, so as soon as I'm done with helping with the repair here, I'm going to head back to B and help defend it. So you can hear a jet coming. And he very luckily drops the bombs off the building and they bounce right back up onto me. And here is where I finally decided to make a video that I've been considering making for quite some time now, and this next bit of communication exchange in the chat is what finally spurred me to just go ahead and make the video, because clearly how-to teamwork is something that needs to be worked on, as I did take out a saber. So again, like I've mentioned in previous videos, if you see or hear an airplane coming, just say something to your team. Let guys know, because if I had heard or seen that jet coming towards me, I probably would have turned back into the trees. I did hear him, but I didn't know he was coming towards us. So again, this guy, yeah, I heard him. Okay, if you've heard jets coming, then say something about them. Now, he completely misunderstands what I'm talking about here, because I want the whole team to know, not just me. And he thinks because I have a radar in my SPAA, it's totally not what I was talking about. I was talking about when I was in the Bagel Panzer and out in the open and wouldn't have driven off into the open towards B. So clearly, what I meant was not I need hand-holding because I have a radar, but oh yes, and literal worst player in the map in 3rd place in the battle. So okay, whatever. At any rate, this finally convinced me, okay, it's time to make the video I've been considering and just postponing and postponing because I'm busy making other gameplay videos, but making a how-to teamwork video, which will include how to communicate, how to help your team know things that pass on information that you happen to hold, sharing intelligence that you've got, like, hey, this dude is over here, this dude is over there. Hey, there's an airplane coming. Hey, it's a fighter. Hey, it's a jet. Hey, it's a prop. Hey, it's a bomber. Hey, it's a striker. Hey, it's an Su-6. Whatever it is. So, anyway, this guy just straight up completely refused to listen to anything I had to say about teamwork and how typing to your team and letting them know where enemies are is actually beneficial to everyone. He just kept thinking that because I have radar, I shouldn't have to be told that there's airplanes in the game. No matter where I'm looking, no matter whether I'm dealing with ground units. Yes, I do believe that SPA should primarily watch the sky, but they do need to also watch where they're going, so they don't drive off bridges. And also watch out for enemy tanks, particularly when you're fighting American tanks like the Abrams. Definitely something you want to be looking around on the ground. Now yes, you should also be facing off in the air, looking up in the air primarily, absolutely. But it certainly doesn't hurt to be looking at the ground and have a teammate who spots an aircraft tell you, hey, there's an enemy aircraft up, and then you swing up towards the sky and start sweeping the sky, and while in the meantime your teammates can defend you. And as far as who's being rude to your teammates, when one of your teammates gets an accidental team kill and you send out well done, that's being pretty rude to your teammates too, so whatever. Lit up my friend pretty well with the Gepard's 35mm here. He managed to come in behind me, and thankfully my guns were able to depress and take him out in the lower part of the side of his hull and finish him off.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
So while I'm recapturing the B point, check the teams, take a look up towards C. I didn't see anybody. I sure heard somebody though, but I'm pretty sure it was my teammate in the T-64B. Unfortunately, he didn't pop up on the radar until I was already so close to capping that I didn't have time to pop it out real quick for him. Which I would have liked to have done, but we really just needed the cap there, so. And look at that, we're also taking C, so good work there, guys. We lost the ZSU-23-4 to an M60A1 Rise passive up at C, and another aircraft came in, and yes, of course, I heard him coming this time, and I was able to get my radar on him and harass him off of our guys coming in at C, well, anywhere else. Just barely missed him there. He was able to terrain mask pretty well. And like I said in the chat, it's not really that difficult to type three little letters there, is it? And say that there's air coming. Because again, I was looking for the M60A1 up at C. Now I happen to hear the enemy tank coming in. But still, I'm focused on the immediate which is going on, which is the enemy tank that was just at C that had just killed my teammate at C, and I'm watching for him rather than watching the sky at the moment because there weren't any aircraft readily apparent. So once, obviously, an aircraft came into view and I saw him, certainly I switched over and started searching for him, but it would not have killed anyone to say, hey, there's another airplane up. And not every aircraft has radar anyway, or not every SPA, rather, has radar anyhow. And there we go. Picked him off. Turns out it was the F-80C who had bombed me out in the first place with my Bagel Panzer, so... Sweet revenge. And like I said in the chat, and I stand by, calling out enemy air, if you hear it or see it, helps everybody on the team.
Another zone captured the enemy package.
Because maybe your SPA gets to it a little sooner than it's this far away, and they don't have a chance to shoot it down, because it's pretty far out of range. Ended up shooting the guns empty and drove on up to the C point to hopefully reload in time to get more shots at what looks like a P-61 to me. But getting the Gepard without any engine modifications to climb up a hill is not exactly the fastest thing. At any rate, we ended up winning. But, again, communication is not difficult. You don't always have the chance to type, I understand. But if you just type 3 letters, AIR, for your team, that's really fast and gets the point across, I feel, that there's enemy air up. Anyway, I was not the literal best player in the match because I finished in second, but I don't think that qualifies as the literal worst player either, so... I did end up bagging a pair of enemy aircraft, and oh, look at that, I unlocked my Leopard 2K at the time as well. So, pretty decent scores. Like I said, ended up in second place, so had 2 captures, and we won the battle, which was the most important thing, which is what I'm always trying to do, is win the battle. Everything I'm doing in this game is trying to win the battle for the team. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It's a little bit of a soapbox video. The bigger soapbox how to teamwork video is coming at some point. I can't promise when. At any rate, hope you all have a great day. Take care, and we'll see you next time.